The NBA is starting its season tonight after crowning the Los Angeles Lakers champions just 2 months ago. Most teams will play in their home arenas and will start the season without any fans in seats. Quick Take's Vanessa Perdomo spoke with Wosde Lambre, NBA reporter for The Athletic.
Wosde, thanks so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me, guys.
So it's only been 2 months since the last two teams left the NBA bubble after being there for weeks to complete the rest of the 2019-2020 season. And that's a very short time for these athletes who are used to having around double that amount of time off. What are the potential challenges for this season starting so soon?
Yeah, I think a little bit too much is being made of the rest factor, right? The Lakers and the Heat, absolutely. They've only gotten about 2.5 months off because they ended up going to the NBA Finals. But everybody else kind of went home in September and August. So they've gotten ample time, which is generally the amount of time that they would normally get.
And they will be starting this season, not in a bubble. Is there any concern around that since they had such success with the bubble? Or what are the extra safety precautions they're taking now that they will be traveling to the other cities?
I think what your listeners should be very mindful of is just like when they went into the bubble, they had the resources for rapid testing and to even afford to seclude themselves in a really safe place. I think what you'll also see is that they'll have the resources, the means, the connections to probably get a vaccine before everybody else, right? This is just generally how it works. Like the richest people in America tend to get the goods before the rest of us. I don't think NBA players and owners will be any different from that. So I think they'll be vaccinated before everybody. And so I think they'll be fairly safe in carrying on this entire season.
That's a really interesting point about them getting vaccinated before other people, not the people who need it the most, but, the general public. Do you think that actually them getting vaccinated early could be a good thing in ways that it might help other people say, maybe this is safe, or is it a potential problem, like PR a little bit for the NBA?
I don't know. I mean, to me, the NBA is kind of always dealing with a perception issue, right? If you remember back to when they were the first ones with the rapid test, there was this idea of like, I can't even get a test. How are these guys testing their entire league, within days of figuring out what they want to do, right? And so I think there'll be backlash no matter what. But generally, as the vaccine gets rolled out and more people are getting it, I don't think it's going to be held against the NBA in any major way.
And this year they will at least start again be playing without fans. The NFL has started playing with fans in a lot of the stadiums, at a smaller capacity than usual. Do you think we'll see that from the NBA at some point this season?
I think at some point you will see some kind of fans because, again, this season is not supposed to end until July. The president-elect has already said he anticipates 100 million shots within the first 100 days. And I think they'll be able to do that at scale going forward. So by July, June, I think you'll start seeing your first dribs and drabs of people going into indoor stadiums. The NFL predicament is a different one because most of their stadiums are outside, right? I think with the NBA, as the vaccine is rolled out, you will see more and more indoor stuff. And by the time the playoffs come, I think you'll be able to see some indoor stuff in the NBA.
Let's hope, because, it's definitely was weird last year seeing the playoffs with no fans. The NBA this season really, they've always been at the forefront for social justice, but they really took it to a different level this year. Do you think we'll see some of that still integrated into the season and they'll bring that same energy that they did this year?
I don't really think they have a choice. And I say that because as somebody who fancies themselves as an amateur political junkie, what I've noticed is that things like immigration policy, tax policy, healthcare policy, like which we traditionally see as political issues. Sure, that's politics too, but now just being Black or brown is political now, right? And just by nature of the demographics of the NBA, their players are not going to stop being Black. Their players are not going to stop being from the communities that they come from. And I think just by virtue of that fact, that just being who you are makes you political these days, the NBA is not going to have a choice but to be part of that. Now, will they be as as front facing as they were with stuff like Black Lives Matter and, getting out the vote. I don't know that they'll quite do that, but it's going to be impossible for a league that's 70% Black to be apolitical in America. That's just not something that they have the liberty to do anymore.
Walsney Lambre of The Athletic, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, guys.
And of course, you have the Warriors versus Nets tonight, along with the Clippers versus the Lakers.
The biggest stories the moment they happen from around the globe. Subscribe to Bloomberg Quick Take now for insight in an instant.